Why Sydney, Australia? Of all the questions we've been asked recently, this has to be the most prominent, and rightfully so. If you are like the younger me, Australia is not necessarily the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the word missions or missionary. What generally comes to mind when we hear these words are those in third world countries such as Africa or the Middle East. So if there is such a big need in countries such as this, why would we willingly choose to serve in a first world country that has far less poverty and far more religious freedom? Ultimately, there are many reasons. Australia is a very diverse continent, consisting of over 26 million people, 90% of which live along the coast due to harsh climate conditions. Over 5 million of these people live in Sydney, making it the largest city on the continent as well as the most culturally diverse. On a typical day, it would not be unusual for one to collaborate with individuals from Europe, China, Japan, and the Middle East. Naturally, one would also be collaborating with many types of religions, such as Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, and many different denominations of Christianity. What makes ministry in Australia hard is this broad scope of diversity. Because there are so many different forms of religious practice, many people do not believe that any hold absolute truth, but rather partial truth, right for some, but not for everyone. Atheism is currently the fastest growing religion, making up over 45% of the population. And for this reason, we have found Australia to be in dire need of the gospel of Christ. As our regional director explained it during our orientation this past March, Australia is the one place you can go to reach the entire world with the gospel. And while this is what makes it hard, this is also what makes it vital.